All right, testing. Appears we got good mic volume, maybe. Don't know for certain. Let's just check this. Oh, look, we got fairly good. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm going to be attempting to take this apart. Don't mind the mic, and if it gets too loud or too quiet, just let me know. If anybody logs on, that'd be cool. Just going to start working on this, I guess. Hopefully my comments thing doesn't run out of battery. Already got problems. Great. I do have blockers. Nice. Be cool if somebody hops on, but I doubt they will. Just thought I'd live stream something for once on this channel's history. Okay, so we're unscrewing. I'm trying to get the reel handle out of here. So pull that out. Just gonna keep these together so they don't get lost. Probably needs more lubricant, but to be honest, probably be fine. This, where should I put parts? Just over here off camera. Okay, where do I go next? Top. See, I could probably use a clean on there. So this reel, real quick, if anybody's wondering, I also might need to put a washer on because you can see there's taper to the line here, but there's 30-pound line. So this dark line's 30 pounds. There's probably, I think, 150 yards of that, and then there's 50 pound, and that's pink tied into it. And there's, I don't know, 300 yards of that on top of it. So this is newer stuff, and then there's older stuff underneath of it. Okay, that doesn't look horrible. Not bad, and there's not too much corrosion or anything. I'm going to take this screw off here. Am I just stripping that? Yes. Okay, so how am I going to go about this? That does rotate. Okay, good. And that's already not a good sound. I don't know if you can hear that, but every time I rotate this, so that, not a good sound. So make sure I don't lose this. Okay. Don't actually know. Hey, somebody logged on. That's pretty cool. I don't actually know how to take this part out. So I should probably get some napkins for this, but those probably need to be replaced. I think these are old gaskets. Not very useful anymore. Ah, it does just slide up. Okay. Okay. So that's the two washers, and that's the order they go on. We're just going to okay. That's one issue dealt with. Now we got to figure out the other one. Hi, I see you logged in. This one you can't. So I've seen reels before that you could move the handle over, but you can't do it. You can only. This is only right-handed, so that's pretty interesting. Adjust the mic because we're syncing. Okay, cool. A little bit better now. Might have to take this plate off. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to get into the gearing. That's going to suck. All right. Start going for screws, I guess. Okay. That's a long screw. I guess it makes sense, but I wonder if that's one person watching. That would be funny. Makes sense though. Probably gonna pull off this gearbox or this front plate here that leads to the gearbox, and it's just gonna be covered in sand or covered in salt residue, which would be entirely my fault, but shite. There it went. Okay, I found it. Yeah, I should probably go get a napkin for this because this is getting greasy. So right now what I'm working on for the camera is I'm pulling off these screws for this plate here and the screws for this lever, and this is the secondary drag lever that's controlled by this knob down here. So, and the secondary drag on this is it's a lighter drag so that fish can pull line. Supposedly you pull this lever down and it sets it to the lower drag, which makes it so that fish can pull line off of your reel without feeling the reel tension. And then once you reel one full rotation, it'll lock this back up and you can set the hook is the idea for it. It's like a bait. It's like a bait mode, I guess. Come on, screw. There we go. Okay, so these are for that. Oh, that's interesting. So I have to actually pull this lever apart too. That's gonna suck. There we go. Okay, so make sure that screw doesn't come out. Put the screw in here so I know where it goes. Put this side out. Okay, so it's in the up position. Just gotta remember that. I could write a sticky note for myself on the wall behind me here. Get these out. Second lever in up position. Okay, on the wall. Probably get rid of this one. That sticky note. Okay, trash over here. All right, I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that screw off next. So, smaller screwdriver for this. First time streaming on this channel. I think this is only I gotta say, probably only the 4th time I've ever streamed, but the other streams I did were generally with my buddies, so they were on a different channel that you guys probably don't know about. So hey, hello, welcome to the stream. That's a small screw. I better not lose that. Let me just show you this. See, that's the small screw. Okay, that one's important. And there they go. Okay, I'm not really sure what's holding this plate on, so kind of think. before I break anything. This is what the internet's for. What is this thing? Saltstriker. See if anybody else hops on while I'm waiting for this to load. Oh, that should be able to come off. I see. Maybe I see. I don't know. Yeah, that's supposed to slide off. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I need to get a napkin. I'll be right back. All right. You hear Butter up in the background. It's their dog, so get some of these. Just to make sure I'm not damaging the metal too much. Hello, welcome to the stream. Piece should come out. I'm trying to wonder, do you know if this piece should come off and it's kind of seized? Okay, and this this nice bolt can't come off, so I'm trying to get this off currently. It looks like it should be able to come off, but I don't really know for certain. But it's the only thing blocking this nut, so actually should be able to just where does this thing go? Might be able to just get a flat head between here. Sorry, it's hard to show things on camera when you're working on them. This probably wasn't the best idea for a stream. Okay, so yeah, that needs to come off. So there's a few things. Trying to figure out if I can get this off to pull this plate off so I can get to the gearing, because that seems to be where the problem is, but don't know how because there's no screws in the bottom of this. I pulled the cap off, but I really think that should just come off, but I don't want to hit it. That's probably not gonna work. Appears to have moved a little bit, but I'm not entirely certain. So. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that's breaking. Forgot about that. So you can hear that's the. So there's a lot of sand in this thing, and I assume there's sand in the gearing. The main problem with it, I probably should have said that at the beginning of stream. I've never said what the problem is. The problem is when you have this reels under load, it will slip like every quarter turn or something like that and not catch. And that's something with the gearing. And I cannot figure out how to get into the gearing because this one piece is being annoying. Oh, 3 viewers. Hello, everybody. That would be the most concurrent viewers I've ever had on this channel, which is pretty cool. Also the first time I've streamed, and there goes one of the viewers, so well. Hello, I'm just trying to figure out how to get this piece off currently. I believe it comes off, but I'm not 100% certain, so. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so that's for the catch system. That's got a lot of sand in it. So let me just show you this. Get somewhat clean. So in the bell here, I doubt you can see it, but oh, maybe you can. That little notch right there is what determines how this opens and closes. And that was covered in sand. So there's sand all over this thing. Let's try something. Sorry about that. Ooh, shouldn't do that. Okay. Okay, I think I see the solution. Maybe. I rescind my statement from earlier. You can actually change the sides, but there's this piece blocking it. So that just fell out. That goes with this side of the reel over here. So I can't seem to figure this out. So I might have to bring it to somebody to get it fixed ultimately, because I can't take this apart effectively, at least without damaging something, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to start putting this back together and move on with my life. Okay. Just trying to get that screw on the top seated within the washer that it's supposed to be in. Okay. Hello. I'm actually in the process of putting it back together because I can't figure it out because I'm not an actual technician. I'm just fiddling with it, seeing if I can't find anything. I couldn't get into the gear case here, so I'm gonna have to give this to somebody who knows what they're doing. And they're gone. Oh well. I love in the top of the stream on my screen it says 0xp. On I have over here I have my tablet pulled up for comments. Hey, gained a viewer, maybe? Question mark. Nope, they're gone again. Okay, let me do this really small screw so I don't lose it again. That might be an issue. Hopefully it's not, but come on. There we go. Okay, so sorry my hand's blocking it, but just screwing this back in now. Man, these two screens do not agree with each other on how many people are viewing. That's interesting. That screen says 2 people are viewing. This one says 1. So, nope, now they agree. Okay. But this one's my actual stream, like you guys are seeing it, and then this one's watching the stream, so there's like a 60-second delay. So that might be it. Okay. Big screw first. My brother told me I should stream more, but doesn't still a lot of time and not a lot of rewards, so that didn't feel very good. That felt like sand. So the one screw I just tightened. I don't doubt that there's sand just in the middle of the gearbox of this thing, and it's just maybe screwed. One of the gears might have to be replaced or anything, so it doesn't feel. Okay, let's see. Does it still work? Okay. Interesting that this doesn't click anymore. It used to click, so hopefully that gets fixed when I put the cap back on. Oh, interesting. Okay. See why these were so tight on here. Because they are not circular. They are circular, but they're different. Those are going to need to be replaced. These gaskets are dry as crap. So, okay, what do these two screws go to? These are the big screws for this thing. Yeah, if you want to know about this reel, there's a short form video on my channel. If it's back, it might actually be easier if you go onto the filter tab and then click oldest, because then you might find it easier. But it's an older video. This is a 2 or 3 year old reel now, used really heavily, got it sandy and salty, and then didn't wash it very well. So, yeah. And this was $79 at Cabela's. So 3 years of fairly good use. The last year has when this problem has developed. So, da-da-da. Yeah, let me know, anybody who's rewatching the stream, if you see this part and you're like, oh, this is probably a good idea, you should do it more often. I'll do it more often, I guess. So probably not though. It's hard to do. Takes a lot of time. Go. Still only one, just my computer. Yeah, that's not a good thing that doesn't click anymore, but to tighten something down, see if that gets fixed. That's also not a good thing. Okay, so something's not sitting flat on this plate. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, hang on. I'll just dump these. Okay, so those not the nubbin holes. No, they have to be. Okay, so interesting. Okay, well. I wonder if that's a zinc in there, now that I'm thinking about it. You guys didn't see it, but I wonder if I just bought a new Saltstriker and then replaced the bail with this bail and then didn't have to get new line on it. So okay. Okay, so the drag still works, just the clicker's gone. That's weird. Sorry about that. Sorry for punching the mic. Yeah, you hear that? Something's rubbing in there. All right, well, anyway, that's put back together. Seems like nobody else is watching, so I'm probably going to end the stream. So if you're watching this in the future, thank you for checking it out. Let me know what you think of the streams. If the audio was too quiet and nobody told me about it, oh, hey, look, somebody's joined right as I was about wrapping up. You got any last minute questions there? Well, I say last minute questions like anybody else asks questions. So I couldn't find anything wrong with it in the spaces that I could access. That being said, I couldn't access very many spaces, so I'm going to have to bring this to somebody who knows what they're doing. Of course, 3 people. Everybody shows up right when I'm just about ending it. That's funny. Anybody got any questions then? Yes. Just put the reel back together. It's Offshore Angler Saltstriker series. It's an 8,000. Got 30-pound, about 150 yards, 100 yards of 30-pound braid. Up here, that's the dark stuff. And then under that is probably another 250, 300 yards of 50-pound braid, and that's pink. So I've got a good yardage measurement. So make sure, just check everything. And I had taken it apart, and now it's back together. So it's got a dual drag system, which might be part of the problem. So you flick that, and then you go to a lighter drag. Then you go, and it's a lot heavier for short fishing kind of thing. There everybody goes. Everybody left. So, all right. Entertaining the last 2 people on the stream, and they seem to have dipped. So I'm going to wipe off my desk here and everything. What time is it? 9:10. Okay. Not bad for timing. Keep this here in case anybody logs on. It's like, oh, wonder what's going on. And didn't read the title, you know what I mean? Hello. Got any last minute questions? Otherwise, I'm just wrapping up. Sure, I got everything where it's supposed to be. All right, stream will probably end here in the next 4 minutes, probably. So, see if I can figure out how to do that. Share screen, mute, edit. Oh, there's a big button on the top that says, I didn't see that. All right, any questions, last minute questions or anything? Think of something. I gotta think. Yep. Okay. So they're gone. Gonna end the stream now. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Tight lines.